Oh, hello. Hopefully all is working well. Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am to be back. Not to be back from like my lovely travels with my family, but to be back on the mat with you guys in our usual Sunday slot. My body, it feels like it. I feel like I get to Sunday and I'm like, I need a stretch. I think we're like, especially you guys, we've been in such a kind of a flow of doing it for years now, twice a week. So thank you for joining me this morning. I cannot wait. Just bear with me. I've got a little chest infection. So sometimes my breath, where I have asthma as well, you might notice I take these like big deep breaths. I promise I'm not out of breath. I'm all good. I'm just kind of fighting through a little bit of probably like post flight, all the little germs you pick up flying. So yeah, we'll do a really nice stretch, a little bit of strengthening, and just get ourselves back into our flow. I'm going to invite you to start in Shavasana on your backs today. We'll just lay down on your back and just close your eyes. Have a nice little bit of a moment to drop into that beautiful space that we like to find in our yoga practice, where we kind of get out of our minds into the body and just try to kind of reflect on where we're at this chapter, this moment, this lovely Sunday. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really mean it. Oh, how good does that feel? As you close your eyes, just maybe wiggle and see if you can wiggle the shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe lift the head or the chin in towards the chest and relax the back of the head back. Just find us a little bit of music here and just begin to slowly take some deep, quiet breaths. Nice one. Beautiful. Inhaling and slowly exhaling. Good. Now noticing the legs. If the back is sore, I'll bend the knees. If not, you can extend the legs. Maybe wiggle the feet a little wider if you're comfortable. But do what feels good to you. I like to kind of wiggle my hips sometimes a little bit left to right, just peeling a little bit of that glute off the floor, just to find that lovely sweet spot where the back body feels balanced. And then again, maybe taking the head a little bit left to right. Deep breath in and out, and then finding that beautiful sweet spot somewhere in the middle. Good. The hands, maybe hands on the belly, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, or maybe palms lifted, the backs of the hands down. Just choose where the hands want to be. As we begin our practice, just using your intuition to make the practice yours as we move and flow. Inhaling and slowly exhaling, letting it go. Mouth open or closed is good. If you practice with your Ujjayi breath, build that in, inhaling. And slowly exhaling out. Just see how that breath feels. Does it feel tight in the chest? Does it feel good? Does it feel easy or hard? Let's just try and take those conscious, slow breaths just to begin to slow the nervous system down. Good. Inhaling and slowly exhale. I invite you just to soften in the forehead, releasing and relaxing in the space between the eyebrows, and just trying to let go of any tension you might be holding around the creases of the eyes of those crow's feet. Just kind of intentionally releasing and softening the skin. Maybe even separating the teeth, moving the jaw a little bit left or right. You've got it. I'm just getting out those little kinks. Inhaling and slowly exhaling. Beautiful. And I love this kind of time of the year, the end of August, the shift of a season is something that I really kind of try to embrace and bring light to as we move through each year in yoga. But I love this kind of cusp of the warmth of summer is still in the air, but we still get that little drop of coolness as we begin to feel like that autumn season sneaking in. And as we kind of find this new shift into a new season, now I really want you to be mindful of the beauty of it. Maybe you start to see your very first leaf turning color as you begin your walks this week. Maybe you can feel that change in the temperature in the air. Or maybe there's a change in you. Maybe after this busy, beautiful, maybe relaxing summer, you're starting to feel like routine is maybe something that you're looking for, or that consistency if you did fall out of it through the summer months. Just recognize what it is that you're feeling, maybe what it is you want to invite into your life more as we move into the end of August and into our September. Breathing in and slowly breathing out, just let it go. Amazing. And if there's an intention you want to set at all, or a little wish that you'd like as we move into this next season, just take a moment to reflect. What would be great for you? What is it that you want more of? What do you want to let go of as we gain in, that lovely wisdom as we move into the season of autumn? It's all about letting go, isn't it? It's about dropping things that don't feel good. It's about kind of, like the trees, letting go of those leaves we've been holding on to that are ready to shift, and embracing that little bit of a change. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Let's move the head left to right with me. Just find that love, a little bit of movement. And then when you're ready, you choose either staying here with the neck. You can bring the hands up over the head and turn the head over towards the right hand side. Just getting a little stretch in the neck, a little stretch in the body. Maybe bring the legs a little closer together if you want to. Arch that back, getting that first little stretch in the spine. Good. Turning the neck back to center, maybe looking towards the left. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe point those toes. Feel that little tug of war. Maybe separate the hands above the head. Imagine someone's pulling the hands one direction, the toes the other. Deep breath in, slowly bringing the head back to center. Bring the hands all the way up towards the ceiling and down alongside the body. Beautiful. Let's bring those knees up. Inhaling, we're going to slowly bring the knees in towards the chest. Good. Just going to start with a little rock side to side. Good. Checking in. This is that pose that really helps us figure out how we're feeling. Good. See what's going on in the hips. What's happening in the lower back. The knees. Where do you feel it for you? What is this pose telling you? Good. Inhaling. And slowly exhaling. Good. Coming back to that lovely center point, a little bit of stillness. Breathing in, option to draw the nose in towards the knees. Give yourself that hug. Whatever it is that you've been needing that hug for in this autumn season. Maybe a hug for strength as you move into any shifts or changes into that next beautiful month. 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming down and bring the feet onto the mat. Amazing. Inhale. Let's bring the hands down onto the mat. We're going to draw that right knee in. We're going to flex the foot and say hello to those hammies. A little tight hamstring, bringing it in and foot down. Good. Other side. Little flex. Inhale. Just go as far as you can, listening to your own body and your own limits, and down. Good. Deep breaths with me in and extend. Find your own pace for this one. Inhaling. Beautiful. And exhaling. Great. A little whole body stretch today. Inhale and slowly exhale. Where our flow's been a little more inconsistent. Maybe you guys were able to find other classes or the moments to practice. Let's just kind of get ourselves back into that little consistent Sunday. Good. Keep moving. 3, 2, and 1. Next time you've got that right leg extended, let's hold it there. Good. We're going to just see what we can do here. Now, notice we often want to lift up in that tailbone, relax the tailbone down. Keep that left foot on the mat, relaxing down, and just see. It's normal if that hamstring's tight. Let's roll the ankle. Good. We're just kind of easing in, telling the body that we're here. We're ready to move. Good. Roll the other direction. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Little straightening out if you like. Inhale and exhale. Good. Maybe flex that heel, toes coming in towards the nose in that direction. 3. Deep breath in and out. 2 and 1. Bending into the knees and bringing that foot down other side. Inhale.
And exhale, extending it out, relaxing the tailbone down. Again, we often want to lift here. It's like the body's going, oh, I don't want to go there. Let's relax. Let's teach the body that we don't have to go into that fight or flight response. We don't have to squeeze and hold. We're fine. You're not going too far. We're listening to you. We're listening to the body. Remember, we're being good to ourselves. See how that feels. Maybe roll your ankle. Inhale and exhale. Good. Sometimes when I'm planning my classes roll the other direction, I always say to my husband, what should I teach today? I'm often planning the night before. And he'll say, why don't you do ankle rollers? Not even really a specific yoga pose, but every time I do little ankle rolls, it makes me giggle because that's always his only contribution. And slowly exhale. Let's hold here a little straighten out. See if you can kind of hold it a little bit longer. Maybe drawing those toes in towards the nose in that direction. Just sticking with it a little bit longer. Good. Inhale. And slowly exhale, bending in the knees. And bring the foot down. You've got it. Inhale. We're going to extend that right leg again. An option to stay there with one leg, but we can extend both towards the ceiling. Again, we don't want to be lifting in the tailbone. Relax the tailbone down. Feel that lower back connecting with the floor. And you've got the option to point and flex one and then the other. Deep breath. In and out. Good. Awesome. Maybe creating a little stillness, just drawing both toes in, relax the tailbone down, legs. Sometimes we call this legs up the wall, the legs extended, really healthy. If you're ever looking for that lovely, you can just bring the legs up the wall, get your hips really close and turn and bring the feet up the wall. It's super healthy, this pose, just to kind of relax in that lower back. Good. See how that feels. Inhale and exhale. We're going to hold a little bit here. Thinking about downward dog, this is kind of that inversion, isn't it? If you kind of look at the shape of the body, really great to kind of just in a little less kind of intense way, just start to let the body settle into softness. Amazing. 3. Inhale and exhale. 2. And 1. Beautiful. We're going to bend into those knees, draw the knees in towards the chest. Find a little bit of time for the hips. So you can either bring the big toes to touch, or you can separate the feet and find those big circles. Good. Let's just say hello. Again, we're finding the tightness in the body. We're moving a little bit slower and just saying hello. Where are we at? Taking check. It's like a little bit of a, I don't know, an audit of the body today. That kind of class. Where are we at now? Breathe with me. See what's happening in those hips. 4. Nice one. We're going to do a little bit of work in the hips today. 3. 2. And 1. We'll get there in a bit though. We're going to just check in here. Slowly bring those knees in towards the chest. Flex those feet and bring the feet down onto the mat. Well done. Inhale and invite you to reach the hands up with the feet on the floor, knees bent, reach the arms long alongside those ears. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's take a little twist. Let's see what we're doing in that lower back. Let's bring the feet outer edges in line with the outer edges of the mat and just take your little twist. Again, hands can stay above the body here, or you can bring them down. See what feels right for you. Knees back to center and twist. Super good for you. Well done. Keep it moving. Keep it flowing. See how you get in on knees. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Nice one. Just checking in anywhere you're feeling these. Good. If the hands feel good above the body, you can keep them along there. We're going to stop. Next time the knees are towards the right hand side, let's just hold here. See how that feels for you. Maybe breathing into that left side body, into that left rib. Breathing into that space and exhaling, just using our deep breath to expand. Find some softness. Good. Inhale, knees come to center and over to the other side. Beautiful. This time, right side body. Inhale. Deep breaths in. And breathing out. Good. Soften in the forehead. Relaxing in the jaw, nice soft face, deep breath in and out, finding that little release. Amazing. How good does it feel to meet on the mat today? Inhale, knees coming back to that lovely center point. Let's wiggle them in. Inhale, arms coming back up towards the ceiling. Just reset in the lower back. Beautiful. We're going to come up to a seated position on the mat. You've got the option to roll the body to the right hand side. If you want to rock and roll with me, see how that feels. You can cross the lower part of the legs. We rock forward and back. Take your time with it because actually the process gives you this beautiful back massage. And you don't have to sit all the way up, even if you move a little bit in this direction. And then if you're ready, see if you can come up, but don't worry if that's not there today or ever, just roll over to the side and get yourself up to a nice position. Amazing. Oh, how nice. So beautiful to be back. Amazing. So sitting upright, you can either have the legs crossed, you can be set in any position that feels good, as long as you've got a nice tall spine. Inhaling with me and exhaling through the mouth. Beautiful. Let's just roll those shoulders. Again, bit by bit, doing a little audit on the body. That's what we're looking for today. Building slowly into our flow. Good. Find those circles. The more we kind of circle, the deeper we're going to get a little bit into those crunchy bits, into the back body, the shoulders and the neck. Good. If you want to incorporate the center of the body, you can lean forward now as you draw the shoulders back. And then what we do is we bring the hands onto the knees. We tuck under and the pelvis, draw the chin in. So we're almost doing like a seated cat. Good. Hello to that spine. Roll the shoulders up and lean forward. Seated cow. Good. Rolling. You take them as big or small as you like, or just keep rolling those shoulders. See how you're going. Listen. What do you need? You'll notice, you'll feel it. You'll go, oh, that feels really good, or that feels really tight. Remember to stay anywhere a little bit longer in the practice if you want to. It's your hour. It's your time for you. Amazing. Let's go for 3. Oh, 2 and 1. Inhale and exhale, coming back to a nice tall spine when you're ready. Good. Relaxing in the forehead, breathing in and breathing out. Great. We're going to spend a little bit of time getting into the hips. So let's take a little butterfly pose. We're going to take the bottoms of the feet together. We're going to bring the knees out. We're going to start by bringing the feet in as close as you can in a comfortable way. Don't worry if it feels a bit better forward, but somewhere in a space that comes close towards your kind of center. And then we're going to sit up tall. Good. Maybe opening the feet like a book, sitting tall. We drop the shoulders down. If you're finding that the spine is struggling to sit tall, then bring the fingertips behind you. Push into those fingertips and draw the chest forward. Again, your knees might be way higher. Please just listen to your body. Super different for everybody in those hips. If you're a little bit more open, just let them draw down. Now this works whether you're super flexy or not. We push into the hands, just seeing if you can get a little taller spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's just relax. Amazing. Now, if you're a little bit more open, it feels okay. Just bring the hands a little bit more forward. I'm just wiggling a little bit left to right here. See how that feels. Good. Maybe you can bring the head. And then from here, we're just going to wiggle a little bit more forward into the chest. See where you're at. If that feels enough, maybe bring the hands down to support. Maybe the fists, if the body feels comfortable, maybe coming down onto the elbows. And stack those fists and maybe see if you can bring the forehead down. Good. We've not done loads in the hips yet, so maybe they are a little bit tighter. We're using this just to allow the body to sink a little further. Remember, you can absolutely be here, staying here, drawing that chest forward, staying a little longer. Breathing in and breathing out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Nice and tall, hands on either side of those knees. Good. We're going to lift them up a little bit. And then what I want you to do is wiggle the feet slightly forward.
We bring the bottoms of the feet together. We get a little bit different stretch here. We move the feet forward. You might start to feel it a little bit into the glutes, a little bit different into the hips, bringing them forward, staying here. If that feels a lot, sit nice and tall. You might find it a little bit easier to lean forward in this one. Maybe you can get the hands a little more forward, let the chest draw forward. So instead of just letting the back arch, imagine you're drawing the shoulders back, chest. I'm drawing your chest forward, 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 and then you might feel it a little more. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can bring the forehead down, maybe resting it onto the heels. Maybe that still feels a little bit tight today. Remembering we're using this as a little bit of a gateway in. Sometimes we do this one near the end. So it always feels different parts of the class, whether we're using it just to kind of sink into the stretch or whether we're using it near the end. Just check in. Where do you feel it? Where does your body need it? What is the pose doing for you? Leaning into it a little more if that's your edge. Or pulling away a little bit also if that just feels a little too much. You know your body best. Just listen and trust. Trust your mind, trust your intuition. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Coming all the way back up. Lovely. We're going to take the legs out into a lovely little V position today. Wiggling into those sit bones so that when you're sat upright, you feel like you've got that lovely balance. Now the knees and the feet can be in a smaller V. You can take it a little wider if you've got that little bit of openness. The hammies might still feel tight. Don't worry, we've not done loads of movement here, but we're just going to take a little bit of time to stretch before we move into a little more flow. So we're going to lean forward a little bit and back. That's all. Bring the hands onto the mat, lean forward and back. And as we lean forward, we're not arching the back in that sort of cat position, shoulders back, leaning forward with the chest. Good. Just find a little bit of a rhythm here. Be where the body wants to go. You want to play with it, bringing the hands a bit more forward, you can. You know your body. 4. Deep breaths with me. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Coming all the way up, hands alongside those legs. We're going to lean over towards the right, see what's going on in that back body on the side, back to center. Reaching and back. And reaching and back. Option to add that upper arm so you can reach up and back up. And reach. Breathing with me. You can leave that bit out. Now you don't want to be letting the body kind of face the knee. We want to be opening to the side. Good. Inhale and exhale your own pace. You can close the eyes if you like, stopping if it feels tight on one side. Drop the shoulders down. If you're flexible enough to grab the big toe, you can absolutely go there. My body's not really ready for that yet. 4. Breathe with me. 3. Good. 2. Lovely. And 1. Finishing your sequence on each side and coming back to that lovely center point. Nice one. Shoulders up and back, nice and tall. Good. Fingers in front. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Beautiful. So if this feels enough, you can stay here nice and uplifted. If not, we're just going to bring the hands forward. We're going to walk them over towards the right hand or left hand side. Sorry, bring the chest so that it's a little more in line with the knee. And maybe take those little ripples with the chest. So we draw the chest down, the chin, and lift up. Just see how that feels. Just twist a little towards that leg. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Now, if the twist feels quite a lot, just stay in your space, whatever feels good. If you feel like you've got a little bit more room to twist, you can take that right hand,
cross it over onto the outside of the left leg, maybe even grabbing the outer edge of that foot. Don't worry if that's not there at all. If it is, we draw the chest and the nose down. So we could look like this, twisting. You could twist with the hand on the other side, draw the chin down. You can grab the outer edge of the foot, draw the nose down. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming all the way back up. You've got it. Woo! Inhale, exhale, hands come forward. Good. You can lean forward a little bit, or you can stay nice and upright. We're going to walk the hands over towards that right hand side. So you can bring both hands on either side of that knee and see if you can get the chest a little more in line with that leg. Inhale, little ripples. All the nose in. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale down. Inhale. And exhale. And then you do you. See how this side feels? Sometimes one side's tighter than the other. Breathing in. And slowly breathing out. 3, 2. Amazing. And 1. Inhale, coming all the way up. You've got it. So option to lean forward, stay here. I'm quite tight on this side. I'm going to stay here a little bit, or you can take the hand over, reaching out towards that right hand side. Let the chin draw down, just adding a little twist. You can also take the left hand if you've got it on the outside and your openness is there. You can grab the outer edge of that foot and slowly draw the body down. You listen to your body and listen to the twist. See what you're feeling in that lower back. See what you're feeling in the hamstrings. Just listen. Trust you. You know the messages. You know how you're feeling. You know what you need. And that's also metaphorically in life. But make the choices that are good for you. Good for the soul, good for the body. 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming all the way up. Beautiful work, everybody. Hands on either side of that leg. We're going to bring the hands in. Slowly bring the feet in. Amazing. And we're going to either come up by cross leg, or if knees to the side, we're going to come up to a nice tabletop. Grab a little drink if you've got it with you today in the middle. Cheers. Nothing like my Sunday morning green tea with you guys. Usually my choice, sometimes a coffee, but I haven't had enough. I like to start my day. Oh, coffee and green tea, 2 favorite things. And normal tea, I suppose. All the hot drinks, my friends. Right, so we're gonna have our shoulders in line with the wrists, and we're gonna have the hips in line with the knees. We're just gonna rock back and forth. Good. Sinking down, see how that feels after our lovely work in the hips and that lower back. Bring the pelvis forward, draw the shoulders down, see how you're feeling here. Chin draws in. Inhale, drawing in from the core. Exhale, sinking back. Good, I love this one. Just rock forward and back, find what feels good to you. For 5. Just find some slow, deep breath. Good. 4. 3. 2. Inhale and exhale 2. Just noticing where you might be feeling that. Is it in the wrists? Is it in the back? Anywhere else? And the last one. Coming all the way back to tabletop for us from here. Inhaling. Gonna tuck those back toes. Good. We're gonna arch the back. I want you to imagine you're moving into cat pose. Pushing into the hands. We're just gonna lift the knees. We're gonna hold here. So we're gonna feel that little bit of work, that strength in the upper body, arching the spine, feeling the strength. If it feels too much, always just feel like you can come back down with the knees. We're gonna hold here. We're gonna play a little bit in downward dog. Slowly bring the knees down. Roll the shoulders up and find your cow pose. Draw the shoulders down. Good. 3, tilt that tailbone up, belly dips. 2, and 1. Tucking under. Drawing in from the center of the body. Finding cat pose, option to lift those knees. Breathe with me. Inhale. And exhale, good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the knees down, tilting the tailbone and lifting up in the chest. Remembering if you ever have that tightness or soreness in the wrist, it's been a little while, come up onto the fists anytime if that feels good, or take a little roll of the wrists. Make it what you need. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Tucking under, drawing from the center. Chin in, lifting up, shifting the weight back, this time into your downward dog. See how that feels. Noticing the difference in the spine. So we want to draw in from your core. We don't always want to dip the chest really low. So I want you to imagine you're drawing in from your core, finding that long line. Fingers are nice and wide, and we want to feel like we're working that tailbone towards the sky. And that's hard because you just want to kind of arch, draw in from the center of the body, shoulders, draw the shoulders down and away. And notice you can find that lovely diagonal from the hands all the way down to the spine, and then maybe walking those heels. Good. At any point, find your child's pose if you need to. Let's work a little more into those hammies. Good. And swing the head left or right, like you're saying no. Just see if you can find that position, find the magic of downward dog. It's that whole body stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Great. We're going to come back to center. Inhale, bending in the knees, bring the knees down. And we're going to untuck those toes, sink down into child's pose. Take the pressure off the hands, bending into the elbows, and sinking down. Good. Inhaling. Slowly exhaling here. Good. Breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Just enjoying that moment. Maybe taking the forehead and rocking it left to right. Get rid of any sort of kind of headaches. It definitely changes these and brings different kind of things in the air. Sometimes you get those little headaches, those hay fever feelings. Sometimes we start to feel a little bit unwell. Just listen and take what you need. Maybe if there's something mentally, emotionally getting to you, just use this as an opportunity just to massage that a little. Allowing you to kind of just soften it out. And trusting that everything's going to be okay. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach your hands forward and slowly coming back up to lovely tabletop position. Good. You're going to arch the back into cat, tuck those back toes, inhale, lifting up to your downward dog. Fingers nice and wide, draw the shoulders down. Let's walk those heels. Now you've got a few options. We're going to work in downward dog today for a little while. So if that sequence feels a lot, come onto the knees and just take the movement from the knees. Inhale. If you're ready for downward dog, let's stay here. We're going to shift the weight to that left foot. And in here, we're going to take the right toes. I want you to bring the right toes so they face down and just see if you can lift that heel a little bit. It doesn't have to be very high. We're drawing that right hip down. So you're going to start to feel it a little bit more in the back of that left leg than when we do it kind of open. But we're going to take the toes down, squeeze kind of those inner thighs, this little bit here, those inner thighs in towards each other. Lifting, let's bend that knee, walk those heels. Good. Inhale. And exhale, shift the weight to that right foot, left toes facing down, left hip drawing down, just lift a little. Good. Doesn't have to be a lot. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the foot down, walk the heels. Inhale, slowly bringing the knees down. Untuck the toes, sink down into your child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Good. Breathing in. We're going to tuck the under in the pelvis. We're going to tuck those back toes, lifting back up to your downward dog. Good. Inhale. Option for the right toes to be lifted. Right heel, keep the hip down. Good. 3. Keep those inner thighs drawing in towards each other. 2, and 1. Bring the foot down, walk those heels. On this side, you can feel a little bit of heat building, so we're going to drop that hip down, toes facing down. It should lift too high. It doesn't matter how high you lift it. See where you feel it. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Walking those heels. Inhale, slowly bring the knees down. Tuck the toes and sink into your child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, noticing if you're holding the breath. Beautiful. We're going to do it again. Inhaling arching the back into cat pose, tucking those back toes, and lifting up to your downward dog. Good. If it feels too much from downward dog, just do it from the knees. Lift up. Good. So remember, we don't want that hip up. We want to drop down. The toes are facing down, inner thighs towards each other. And just see if you can feel that little bit of strengthening, stretching. Deep breaths for me. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot down. Little walk. Inhale. Other side. Dropping that left hip down. Lifting, seeing where you feel it. Nice one. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing it down. Inhale. Slowly coming to the tops of the toes, bending into the knees. Bring the feet down. Find your child's pose. This time we're going to walk the hands over towards the right hand side. Take a little twist. Sink down. Head relaxes on in between the arms or on one of the arms. You can also take that left head, bring it on top of the right. And sink down into your twist. Breathing in. And breathing out. Nice one. Inhale, coming back to center. You can do the other side, reaching the hands over towards the left. Maybe the right hand on top of the left. Just make sure the neck is comfy. Sinking down. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming all the way back to center. We're going to peel the body back up to our tabletop. We're going to tuck those back toes and lift into our downward dog. This time we're going to lift that right leg. You can open the hip, lift it, bend the knee. I'm going to take a step forward. So draw the knee forward, and step it as far as you can in front of you. Maybe with that right hand on the inside of the foot, bring that back knee back. We're going to do a little lizard pose. So bring the foot a little bit out so the outer edge of the foot is roughly in line with the outer edge of the mat, or a little bit wider. And you've got both hands kind of on the inside of that foot. Good. Thinking about a little lunge. See how you feel. Sinking into that front knee. So you're drawing the pelvis down. Walk the hands forward if you need to. Bring the hands to a fist if you need to. Just relax. Maybe the back toes untucked. Breathing in and out. Good. You can take that right hand, maybe take the hand on the knee, opening up and lifting in the chest. Maybe take the knee a little wider if that feels okay. As you sink down. If it feels too different, just bring the hand down. Good. 3. Little lizard. 2. And 1. Good. We're going to lift up, lifting in the tailbone, wiggle that front foot back, bring the knees nice and wide. So you're going to bring the big toes to touch, sinking down into a lovely wide-legged child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out, relaxing in the forehead. Inhale and exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in, let's lift it up. We're going to lift up into that tailbone. Bring the knees back to hip distance, hands nice and wide, ready for our downward dog. Tucking under in the tailbone, tucking the toes. Inhale, lifting up. Good, we're going to lift up into that left leg. No rules, you can kick it up. You can open up the hips, see how that feels. Bending into the knee. See if you can draw the knee forward as far as possible, bringing the foot down. Bring that back knee down as well. Good. So from here, we're going to wiggle the foot out as far as feels comfortable. I'm just going to kind of find a bit more room between me and the wall. I'm going to bring my hands slightly forward, draw the chest forward, and see how that feels. Good. You play with it. See where you're starting to get that lovely openness. You're drawing the pelvis forward, maybe lifting in the chest. Great. Left hand maybe brings opening that knee a little bit more. You can use the hand to open it a little bit if that feels good. So here I am, drawing the shoulders down. If it feels too much, let's bring the hands forward. Leaning in. Relaxing in the face. Lizard lunge. 3. Beautiful. Draw the chest forward. Pelvis down. 2. And 1. Inhale, slowly peeling it back up, bringing the knee back in line, and then maybe taking the knees nice and wide if that feels good to you. You can keep them parallel, whatever feels good, sinking down as we begin to move a little deeper into those hips. Deep breath in and deep breath out with me for 3. Good. For 2. And 1. Inhale, pushing into the hands. Hands come forward, peeling the body up. Good. Let's bring those knees back so that they're hip distance. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, lifting into your downward dog. Inhale, let's extend that right leg, bending in the knee. I'm gonna take another big step forward. Good. This time I want you to see if maybe you bring the hand on the outside. Bring the feet so that they're in line. You want them kind of parallel in terms of where the hips are facing. You can have that back heel lifted. Take your time, see if you can come up into a crescent lunge. Yeah, nice. We're gonna draw, again, it's gonna be that left hip comes forward, and then we're in that lunge. If it feels a little bit wobbly, hold the wall or a chair. Inhale, we're gonna reach the hands up. We're gonna sink a little deeper here. So we don't wanna be leaning forward, we wanna be tucking under in the pelvis, drawing in from your core as you sink. 3, 2, and 1, straightening. Good. Inhale, and exhale, sink in. And straightening, good. Now you've got the option to continue with that, or we can drop that back knee as well. Inhale, bending, maybe drop that back knee and lift. Dropping the back knee and lifting. A third one. Inhale, lifting and straighten that front leg. Good, bring the palms in. Inhale and exhale. Good, option here, we're gonna bend into the front knee. See how that feels? Maybe add a twist. So we're gonna bring that left elbow forward, bending into the front knee. You can keep the elbows lifted, stay here. You can tuck the elbow in front, maybe bring the hands in, see how that feels a little more lifted. If you're feeling really off balance, bring that back knee down onto the mat. Good, maybe opening the hands here. We've done lots of prep to get to this point on the floor, so hopefully the body feels okay. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Don't worry if you feel wobbly. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Hands on either side of that front foot. Good. We're going to use the hands to wiggle that front foot back. Inhale, coming all the way down onto the belly. Nice work. Inhale. Shoulders roll up and back, lifting in the head. We're going to push into the hands, taking a little bit, either a small baby cobra or lifting it into full. See what's going on with that back. And slowly coming down. Exhale, good. Inhale, peeling the body back to tabletop. Tuck the tailbone under, finding cat. Tuck those toes. Inhale, lifting up. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to lift the left foot. Bending into that knee. This time, take a really big step forward and see if you can bring the hands on the outside of that foot. Finding that balance. Really take your time. See if you can find a space where it feels comfortable to come up. You've got a nice strong lunge. That back heel's lifted. The right hip's drawing forward. You've got it. Little crescent lunge. Inhale. Reaching up if that feels comfortable. But your hands can always stay on the hips. Good. Let's sink. And remember, we're not leaning forward. We're tucking under in that pelvis. Drawing strong in from the core. Love a little sink. You can feel that work into the hip and the psoas muscle. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. Beautiful little sequence, team. And straightening. Good. Now you can continue with that, or we can bend. Keep that lovely sink. Maybe drop that knee and lift. Dropping the knee and lifting. Nice. Dropping the knee and lifting. Beautiful. Inhale, straightening. Maybe adding the twist. Inhale, bending the knee. If the twist felt a lot, come down onto your back knee. But it's going to be that right elbow twist and the body twist in the direction of the left-hand side. You can stay lifted. Again, you can bring this back knee to the floor. Bring the elbow in front as you bend the front knee a little more. Maybe drawing the thumbs in towards the sternum if the twist feels comfortable. Draw the shoulders down. Find a nice, slow, steady breath. Maybe opening the hands here if you'd like. Good. Don't forget, you can bring that back knee down, hold on to something. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center. Bring the hands on the opposite side of that front foot. Wiggling it back to that lovely plank. Knees down, belly down. Exhale. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders up and back. Inhale and exhale. Hands beside the ribs. Maybe Squeezing those elbows and lifting the chest a little tiny cobra. Or maybe lifting a little higher. Listen to what feels good to you. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Slowly coming back down. Good. We're gonna relax our right cheek, maybe, or whatever one so you can see the screen for the first bit. We're gonna take our right foot. I want you to imagine we're doing tree pose. So we're gonna draw our right foot in. See if you can wiggle a little higher. Let's see if you notice if the kind of tailbone's lifting. See if you can tuck under in the pelvis as much as possible. Get that knee nice and wide. We're opening up in the hips here. And just breathe. Use this as a space to relax wherever the hands want to be. I kind of like them beside me. Just a nice soft space. You can bring them out into a T position. Just breathe, just surrender. And again, try and tuck under, squeezing in the glutes. Draw that pelvis into the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Just begin to extend the leg, wiggling it back slowly so that it's extended. Beautiful. Maybe bringing the hands in. If it feels okay, turn the neck the other direction. And see if you can bend into that left knee. I'm just going to wiggle so I've got some space from the wall. Good. Finding that lovely little bend into the knee. You notice that bottom sticking out, but you're not feeling too much. See if you can tuck under. Feel that pelvis. Pushing the pelvis in towards the mat. You get that lovely extra hip opener here. We're doing a lovely bit of work. Our tree pose today, but on the mat. Tucking under, squeezing and rotating, really trying to get into that hip. Trying to get those kind of hip bones as square to the mat as you can as the knee comes wide. Hands wherever feels good. Just play with it. You feel that sense of irritability into the hips, just release, let go. Maybe it's emotional, whatever it is, just let it go. 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Inhale. Slowly extend the leg, whatever way feels good to bring the legs back out. Good. We're going to lift the body up. Inhale. We're going to come back to tabletop position. I want us to find our nice wide-legged child's pose. Big toes to touch. Sinking down. Beautiful. Coming down onto those elbows. Maybe relaxing the forehead down. Maybe hands come forward. Whatever feels good. Maybe it fits if the hips feel really tight. You can always at home even like grab a pillow and cuddle it in. Just do what feels right to you. Breathe with me in. And slowly exhale out. Awesome. Let everything just begin to sink. Relaxing in the face. Letting go in the jaw. Deep breaths. And just begin to close the eyes. If you wanted, you can squeeze a little bit kind of in the glutes like we did on the floor to draw those knees a little wider. Bringing the pelvis under. Get a little bit more depth in the stretch. Finding your edge. Deep breath in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. A lovely place just to stop. Spend a little bit of time here, just allowing gravity to do the work. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to push the body up. We're going to take some time to peel up. Good. Inhale, slowly bring those knees in. We're going to swing the feet to the side and make our way to a nice upright position on the mat. Beautiful. Your legs can be in whatever way feels good. You can sit on a chair, grab a little drink. Breathing in. Let it out through the mouth. Cheers. Awesome, guys. All right, let's work a little bit into the neck and the shoulders. Let's get a little bit of release here. Inhaling. You're going to reach the arms nice and wide. Then exhale, drawing from your core. We're going to play with our eagle arms. Really great to get into the shoulders. That's kind of our intention for the pose today rather than the balance. So we're going to bring that left hand across as far as you can. And I want you to give yourself a hug. Good. Draw the shoulders down. Now, if you're really tight in that back body and in the shoulders,
the hug is probably perfect. You can stay here. And when I say inhale, lift, we lift the elbows up, we draw the shoulders down. Good. If you feel like the backs of the hands come together and that's okay for you, perfect. And if you do have that like little bit of openness, maybe you can spiral them around. It's that right hand that might come around and you might have like the fingertips, you might get the palms to touch, you might have a finger there. Just kind of swivel them around whatever direction feels good to you. Good. And when you're ready, this is all about that lift and draw the shoulders down. So we inhale, we lift the elbows up. Doesn't matter what yours looks like. The hands are crossed. Draw the shoulders down here. Good. Breathing in. Draw the shoulders down as those elbows stay lifted. Good. Slowly bring the elbows down, keeping your shape. Whatever shape you have, just relax, breathing in. Exhale through the mouth out. Amazing. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Good. Relaxing in the jaw, softening the forehead. Amazing. Breathing work. Draw the shoulders down and away, releasing that stress and tension you've been holding on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing them down and unraveling those. Ooh. Take the neck side to side, any kind of movement that feels good to you. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching it wide. Drop the shoulders down. This time we're going to bring that right hand on top. Give yourself a hug. Again, you can hold here. This is the perfect place to be. Don't worry if you don't have the other shape. It's just because the shoulders are tight. This is a good movement for you. So remember, you're going to lift those elbows and drop the shoulders down from here. The backs, the hands come together. That's cool. And if that left hand can swivel and continue to kind of spiral around, perfect. Maybe you can find a finger or a palm to touch. Up to you. Good. When you're ready, inhale, we lift up. And exhale, draw the shoulders down. Good. Shoulders drawn down, down, down. Stress and tension. Feel that stress and tension leaving the body. As you squeeze the shoulders down with those elbows lifted. Exhale, bringing it down. Just take a moment here for a breath. Inhale. And exhaling out. Amazing. Inhale, lift those elbows. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing it down. Amazing. Reaching it out. And exhale, bring those hands down. Inhaling. And exhaling out. Awesome. We're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders. This time we're going to find that lovely little roll. We're going to lift the elbows up and down. Good. Find your circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lifting the elbows up, drop the shoulders down, draw in from the core. So we don't want to be leaning forward with the chest. We don't want to be arching like cow or cow. Nice tall spine. Inhale, option to reach if it feels okay. Right hand onto the left elbow maybe drawing so that that left hand comes into the middle of the back. Maybe the elbow comes in behind the head. If that feels a lot, just stay there. If not, lift the head up. Again, we don't want to be arching the spine. I naturally want to arch the back into kind of that lovely cow position. Draw in from your core. Feel nice and tall. 3, relaxing in the forehead. Find that slow, deep breath. 2, and 1. Amazing. Inhale, reach those arms up. Wiggling the fingers, opening, closing the hands for 3, 2, and 1. Bending into the elbow. Hand onto the elbow, bring it behind you if that feels comfortable. Good. Noticing if your back is arching, draw in from your core, maybe lifting up in the head. Beautiful. 4, 3, amazing. 2, inhale and exhale. 1. Awesome. Inhale, reaching those arms up.
Maybe bringing the hands into a fist, roll those wrists and bring those hands down onto the knees. Deep breath with me and exhale, let it go. Go. And take those pointer fingers and the middle finger, bring it in between the eyebrows and up and around. Just follow the eyebrow. Kind of line tracing, maybe moving up into the forehead. Noticing the skin. Sometimes it feels a little bit drier as we've been kind of exposed to the sun a little bit more. Maybe it's feeling nice and moisturized because we moisturized this morning. Noticing where you can push and release any pressure. When you get to the temples next, find your circles. You can sometimes just move the hands up and down a little bit more into the hairline. You should let yourself just move freely, kind of wherever feels good to you. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Beautiful. And then here, sometimes it feels good to find those little circles in and around the jaw. Yeah, feel it out. Sometimes it reminds me to release, just as I move the hands down the jawline, wiggling the jaw left to right, find that softness. Amazing. And if you want to move it a little bit more into that sinus, hello, bring the hands to the top of the nose and down. But in this moment, anytime I take you through this guidance, you just find what suits you. Move in a way that feels good. You can take the circles all down the nose, maybe into the nostrils. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Just stop. Find a lovely, slow, deep breath. Maybe just close the eyes. I invite you just to find a little stillness, a little silence. Breathing in with me through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Eyes closed. Just stop in and check in. Asking yourself how you feel now. How do you feel in mind and body and breath? Just soak up the peacefulness of your home. Any sounds and smells and softness around you, any familiarity. When you're ready, I'll invite you just to slowly make your way to your favorite position for Shavasana. Obviously, at home, you can put pillows under the knees. You can get yourself back into bed. You can lay down on your favorite sofa, even if it reclines, recline yourself back. If you're a little bit more traditional like me, there's no place like home on my yoga mat. Just lay down and find your peace, find your space to just soak up the quiet. Relaxing in your forehead, just release any of that tightness. Allowing the eyelids to fall heavy, just allow yourself to begin to melt into the pose. Shavasana is a pose, corpse pose. Sometimes, some days, some moments, one of our hardest ones. And other days, just the best moment of the week. Allow yourself to be supported and carried as you melt into the space, feeling safe to just rest and be. Allow the shoulders to begin to soften, relaxing the upper part of the arms, the shoulders to the elbows, and the elbows to the wrists. Releasing in the hands one by one. letting go in every finger. Just let go. Allowing the breath, seeing if you can just find how it's sunk into its beautiful natural rhythm. Just allow that to nurture you, rock you. It's your quiet little inner peace. Something you could always come back to, listen to, focus on when you just need to tap out of our overthinking and find that beautiful space of calm and being in the present. Just breathe in and let it go. Relaxing in the hips, releasing from the hips to the knees, really focusing on that area, the knees to the ankles, letting the whole of the leg just feel like it's let go of any tightness and tension you might have been holding. Letting the movement that we've done today just sink in, strengthening, softening, supporting in each of our muscles, the breath nourishing. Beginning to allow the feet to relax as well, tracing toe, big toe to baby toe, one by one by one, truly releasing the arches of the feet. Just stop. Inhale. Chew. Slowly. Chew. Excuse me. Exhale. Today's poem and food for thought is a poem called Shavasana by Mark O'Malley. Shavasana, sometimes the hardest posture of all, to just lie still and let it fall. Thoughts and ego, hopes and fears, lust and love, sweat and tears. To lie there still and to just be present, fully. The eyes don't see, ears don't hear, no senses impine upon the sublime bliss of mine. I've climbed the mountain, and now I'll be content on the summit of this thing called me, letting all my muscles relax, let my bloated ego collapse. Perhaps the hardest thing of all, still the chattering of the mind, to lose the ego and to find myself and lose it, slip through the wall. Whatever Shavasana brings to you, whatever words resonated or didn't, I hope that this practice, this time to stop and rest, this space for you has been something that's helped you move a little closer to any of those wishes or intentions that you set at the start of our practice today. Thank you for joining me this beautiful morning. I appreciate you so much. And thank you again for your beautiful flexibility this month. We are back in our usual consistent flow. Have a beautiful Sunday. And thank you genuinely for joining me today on our mat. Peace and love. Stay as long as you like, or go off and have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Bye, team.